If you have a fiance living overseas or a spouse living overseas and you're wondering about certain parts of the process, then you need to keep watching this video. So there's a lot of different tricks to these processes that I love to give people because immigrants with international relationships are near and dear to my heart, okay? I want you to stick around for just a little while because I have an important announcement that I'm going to give you on this topic, okay? So if you don't already know me, I'm attorney Lee Marvin, and I've been practicing law for over 20 years and focusing in immigration law for over a decade. My main office is in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I help individuals and families from any state in the country and really any country in the world. So that is who I am and that is what I do. Like I said, stick around a little while because I'm going to give you a very important update about something coming down the line, okay? But the question is for people. I get lots of questions about fiancé visas specifically because they're so technical, okay? So people ask, specifically, how many times do I have to visit my significant other before I can file for a fiancé visa? Well, let me tell you right now, okay? So you already know the process is difficult. You already know that immigration is very picky about it. So to answer your question, how many times do you have to meet with that person? Well, the law says once, okay? I tell people as many times as you can do it is what you should do. One time is the requirement, but again, the requirement is to meet in person within 2 years of filing, okay? So if it's been longer than 2 years, you got to meet again. So if you have the ability to travel and to visit your significant other, then do it. The more times, the better. Because again, what the law says and what immigration does can be very different things, okay? The law says you only have to prove one time, but immigration is so picky and so happy to deny requests that one time might not be enough, okay? So I tell people, if you have the ability to travel, it doesn't have to be to the country that your significant other is in. It can be anywhere. As long as you're in the same room together, that's all that's required. I know that's not easy for a lot of people because international travel is expensive. Thank God we don't have COVID to worry about anymore, so there's no travel restrictions, but it still is a big deal. So if you can do it more than once, then you're way ahead of the game by doing that. If you can't travel and you can't meet more than one time, then you can show an extensive history of your relationship online, okay? It's more and more easy to do that these days. You can do screenshots, you can do little clips of you guys sharing major events. Those things are helpful, but absolutely in person is required. So do it as often as you can. If you have questions about fiancé visa versus spouse visa, I get that question a lot. I do a lot of videos, so you can see different videos where I answer that question. But my big announcement that I wanted to give you guys, on February 14th, that should ring a bell. If it doesn't, you're a dude and you're not thinking about Valentine's Day. February 14th is Valentine's Day. At 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to do a free webinar for people to determine whether you are eligible for a fiancé visa or whether the spouse visa is a better route for you. So tune in for that. We will provide information about that. I think it's one of those things where you have to show interest and we will send you a link to it. So it's not just a general live. So you need to stand by, pay attention, subscribe so that you get notified of the announcement for this. But put that on your calendar because if you have any interest in some other person overseas for marriage, for a fiancé visa, you need to get involved in this seminar, this webinar that's coming up. If you need to talk to me directly, click the following link to make an appointment so I can answer your questions directly, or you can do it at the webinar. Please stand by for that. It's really exciting, and a lot of people have been requesting it, and we're finally able to provide it, so stand by for that.